So hey guys, um, welcome back again, guys. I'm here in my favorite spot, just chilling a little bit out here now. Just gonna taking it easy today again. um, yeah, I was. I don't know if it's just me, man, or if you guys see what I'm seeing when it comes to the YouTubers, man. I just think like, okay, don't get me wrong, like all the YouTubers that vlog about Jamaica. It's all good. It's all good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It brings a lot of attention to Jamaica. It publicizes Jamaica, advertise Jamaica. It bring people curiosity to Jamaica. But I'm just gonna wonder, man. Is it being overdone? Because look, I love Jamaica, man. I'm living here. I moved here back and I'm living and I'm enjoying the life and I talk about it and I encourage people to come back and you just come live your life and enjoy it. But I don't know. It's just like it just seemed like YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, all these things are just so saturated with people wanting to boost their channel, and it's kind of like I don't know if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's kind of like losing the the taste. I don't know what it is, man. It's just like it's not Jamaican sense, but the YouTubers, the attention. Because maybe it's because I'm living here. Maybe it's because I'm living here that I don't find them to be so appealing too much. To me, it's good for publicity, but I guess in myself, I'm wondering how genuine are some of these people that just started to dig up history about Jamaica, this and that about Jamaica, 5 things you don't know about Jamaica, 10 things that they didn't tell you about Jamaica, and just going on and on and on and on and on. And it seems like it's been overdone to me. It's like, you know, uh, it made me start to wonder: are they genuine? Is it genuine, or are people just, you know, because okay, for example, I think sometimes people just ride one topic too much, one thing too much. Um, I don't know, like me, I came at first when I decided to do YouTube. I just thought, well, there are 3 or 4 reasons why I did start YouTube. One, I see all these guys doing it, and I thought, I wonder if I could do it. I would like to see if I could. I like challenge myself, so that's one reason. So I challenged myself to see if I could do it, and then because I was doing it for the money, and then I thought, well, let me see if I could get to the place where it actually pays, monetize. The next thing is, I guess maybe one of the main reasons there too was I wanted to send a message to people abroad to say, hey, listen, you know, it's not as bad as you think it is. If you want to come home to your country. Don't allow fear and all these things to set you back. Because my thing was to get people to understand, listen, when you were leaving Jamaica, and still are, some people are still are, you're leaving with little, if any, money in your pocket. You're very uncertain about what you're going to do. You believe you're going to get a job, but everything you do was by faith. You're going by faith. You're believing that you're going to get a job. You believe that you didn't even stop to think about the culture of the country. You didn't bother about the crime. You didn't wonder if you're going to have access to hospitals. You just assume it's going to be there. And, just so many things that you you think is free to you in foreign, and at the same time, you don't realize how much this foreign medical system become bogged down by people who are coming there expecting free medical care. And it's not like that. In America, it's very expensive. In Canada, it's becoming expensive now. And you can't even go to find a family doctor so easy anymore. And they're not taking you on as easy. And it's crowded. Every time you go to a doctor, it's crowded. Whether the walk-in clinic or a private doctor, it's always crowded. The hospital is crowded. And it's just overwhelming, the whole medical system, because everybody is expecting in the world, expecting doctors to be miracle workers. Nobody want to take care of themselves anymore, it seems. It seems like people prefer to eat bad, don't exercise, don't take care of their health, and they're leaving it up to the medical science to take care of them, to give them something that have some miracle cure or something. Everybody's so afraid of dying. Everybody's so afraid of getting sick. It's not a pleasant thing. No, it's not. But it's something that we know, all of us know, is going to happen. But when you're going to this foreign country, you're going there with this kind of mentality that's going to be all right. Some of you go there and you realize you have to be living in a little room at your friends or your family home, and they demand certain things of you, and you have no good life you're living there, but you put up with it. Sometimes you have to, they force you out and you have to go out there and rent a place, and you have to be hiding from your landlord, but you put up with it. And you keep telling yourself that it's going to get better. Whereas if you stay in your country, you could do the same thing and push and work harder, but and the jobs you're doing there, you could do here and work harder and save and make your money and invest your money and inquire about saving. But most people want the easy life, the easier way. Not realizing that some people have gone ahead of them and have paved the way for them. When I first got to Canada, when I was in my teenage years, I was doing a full time job with it, working at a factory with some adults while I was going to school. I was getting $1.50 an hour, $1.50 an hour, and that was what the adults were getting because I was doing full time like them. If they were operating another kind of machine that would be a little more technical than mine, or that job was a higher paying job that they were doing on that machine, they make it 175. And if somebody's getting 190, everybody's envy of them. So what I'm saying that is that we were working for very little, but we make it work. We stick it out and we make it work. Here in Jamaica, nobody's making $1.50 an hour. Nobody's making that, you know. And people are complaining. Your wages here, your minimum wage and your full time wage are way more than what we were making back in the 80s and the 70s and so forth. You know, but we put up with it and we work your way through. And people are saying it's Jamaica. Jamaica is not paying you, and Jamaica is not this, and Jamaica is not that. My son and my daughter, they're making the money they make per hour now. I can tell you, some of them are making like $50 an hour per hour, right? I never in my life make $50 an hour. The most I make in my life was in the 20s, right? And people, my son and my daughters, I was talking to them recently and I said, you guys are making way more money than we ever make. One of them is making more money than me and my wife put together. And yet they can't afford the thing that we afford. We have three children, raising up and going to school. And we have a house, we have two cars. I remember at one point we had three cars and we lent one to my friend and paying insurance and everything out of the little salary that we were making. Yes, you're going to say thing was cheaper, but it wasn't. Because every time you're going through, the GDP is such an the expenditure you're doing is just about the same. You have what you call it, their interest rate and all that to deal with just like they have now. The difference is, I was saying to my son recently, the difference is we learn to budget. If you notice, these kids nowadays, young people nowadays, they travel all over the world. My wife and I never take vacation. Nope. We hardly ever, when we do a vacation from work, we don't go anywhere. We're just at home with the kids and we go to the park or we go to the exhibition or whatever thing there is to go. These kids have to be traveling all over the world. They're on plane every day, going. They come home for 2 months and they're gone again. And so they're saying, no, we're not, our money is not going. No, no, your money is going into your lifestyle that you want to live. You buckle down, save your money, and you make it. The same thing here in Jamaica. People, where we can, no, man, come on, come on. There are people in Canada that just living hand to mouth. In America, the same thing. Some working on farm, some working in factories, some cleaning other people's houses, some cleaning office building, some doing. People are doing all sort of jobs. But here in Jamaica, people keep thinking the grass is greener on the other side. But so they travel for all kind of purpose and they don't have the fear. So this is the thing I was talking about, and I said that I keep talking about it all the time. That people here, you cannot convince them that it's not going to be better for them abroad. And I want the people abroad to understand, to dismiss the fear. I know you can't just pick up your young family and move here not having a job. You have to plan things properly. You have to know that you can finance your family properly. So that's why some of us, like me, wait until my kids are grown and they're home before I come, and I retire and come. If you have young kids, it might be a little more difficult because you're gonna have to know that you have a job here to sustain that kind of lifestyle. So it might be a little more difficult, but it's not something you can't plan. And if you're a business minded, you can always start a business here. You can always do some kind of business and, work online, or you could work in the tourist industries. If you have money there, you want to buy a house here and do some Airbnb, and, you want to pick up from the airport and you get transport. There's all sorts of things. If you're innovative, if you can use your mind, use your head, and not be so poor me kind of thing. I remember I know somebody who have two houses, and I said, why don't you they're complaining that they can't make it. And I said, why don't you use one of your house for Airbnb and live in one? But they would rather go to foreign and leave their houses here occupied by other people and go to foreign to try and make money and say they can't make it here. And when they get there, they realize, oh crap, I could have done that, I could have done this, I could have done that. you know so it's because sometimes people mind are set and believing that it's going to be easier for them, not realizing that people who have gone before them already paved the road for them, make it easier. We who were getting $1.50 an hour for a pay, after a while we have to join a union. The union fight for wages, and the government eventually legislate some laws that they have to raise your wages, and wages begin to go up. Minimum wage go up to two something, till it go to three, till it go to four, till today minimum wage about $15, $16 an hour in Canada, I believe. I might be more. And so, and that when I started to get $10 an hour in Canada as a full time worker, it was big. I bought a house. I bought a house. That was big money. You know what I'm saying? Plus paying your income tax. If you make $500 a week, you're not getting $500 a week. You're getting 300 and something because of tax, unemployment, tax gone out, unemployment gone out, CPP gone out. You got all that thing gone out of there. Union due, right? So you're not getting 500, you're getting three something. So, and that you budget properly, and you make sure you can able to, put two and two together. So when people have gone ahead of you, paved the way, make it easier, then you said you're leaving this country because it's too hard. You're going there because it's easier. And not understand that people who have gone there before you have made the way easier. You could stay here and make the way easier for a future generation by voting to the government to make, and rallying the government to change certain laws, or see to that you put into action some business of some sort that you can establish some kind of a workforce and help people employ people here, instead of sitting down saying poor me, you can't make it. So these are the kind of things that I said I was going to talk about when I came on YouTube, and I do talk about them from time to time. But I find that man, I love watching people, but some of them are just so tasteless because um, there's so much. Jamaica, 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 and all these people digging up all kind of a history about Jamaica as if Jamaica was never there all the time. And it's, I hate to talk like this because I like the attention that Jamaica is getting. But like I said, I wonder about the sincerity and the genuine love that somebody will express for Jamaica. And the overwhelming, to the point where I notice that a lot of them are not growing as fast as they used to. Their subscription, because it's the same crowd that they're catering to, saying the same thing in another way. You know, um, that's why I'm sticking to what I do. Because I didn't come here to go sky high. I come here to just talk about what I feel like talking about on a daily basis. If I feel like talk about something like this, like for today, I was sitting here. Most of the time, I spend either on my back veranda or the front veranda, just chilling. Have a beer, have some drinks, eat something small, light, nothing too heavy, and chilling. And then I thought, I look outside and I see my favorite spot here. I say, I'm gonna go sit down there, and then I'll just talk to the people. But guys, like I said, it's a nice life to live here. And if you're coming here with a family, plan it properly, because you have to make sure that you have good income. You can't just get up and come. You have to make sure you have an income. And it's the same thing in foreign. But I said, why are you so afraid of coming here or coming back and starting your life? Why are you afraid to go through some little rough spot until you can smooth them out? But when you're going to foreign, you're so determined. You're so determined, and you become very innovative and very creative about what you're doing, and you do just about any job just to get by. But when you come to Jamaica, you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to do just about any job. You just want to have it. They say, oh, your government to do this for us, and the government, the Canadian government, American government, they do nothing for you, man. It's people who have established their business and hiring people to work and make the country work. Investors, the same investors that a lot of Jamaicans don't want to be here, are the same investors that are in those foreign countries building them up. And a lot of the Jamaican here saying, oh, they're bringing in the Chinese, and they're bringing these people, and they're bringing these people, and they're giving them land. They're investors. And if they don't come, the typical Jamaica will not develop the country. They will not, whether they have money or not. Jamaica, let me tell you something, guys. There's money in Jamaica, and you have billionaires living here, but they will not put the money into business to hire people. They just want to live their life, and they want to live it good and just walk around and be the big muck the muck. See what I'm saying? You have black people here with money, but you look and see how much business they own. You know what I'm saying? They have some business going, they invest their money and so on, but they're not creating more. They're not making more plaza. They're not making more, creating, housing scheme. They're not doing stuff that would hire more people. You see what I'm saying? But they will talk against investors. So the country have to look to outside investors, because a lot of the internal people who have the money are not doing the investment. They're not creative. They would rather take money and go abroad and build things abroad, and they wonder why the country is backward. But these are the kind of things I'm talking about, guys. And yeah, it's like I'm not gonna stop talking about that. I'm not gonna stop telling people, listen, be creative, be grateful, enjoy your country. If you can't come right now, invest in something that you can employ some people in the meantime while you work back and forth. But don't be an idiot. Don't just put your money into something and leave it for somebody else to run it. Be on the spot every so often. Be on the spot. I have a friend. that he have a farm store out here, but and he's in Canada most of the time. But you see him on his computer. He have everything set up in his house. He can see everything that's going on in the store. He monitor the store. He change prices. He do this. He make his place technically, advanced that he can actually run his store from there. The only those people cannot rip him off because he have his inventory, everything set up on his computer. Everything that runs in the store registered in his computer abroad. So don't tell me you can't do it. You can do it. But he has people here that he employed and they're running his farm store and doing good. You know, so there are all kind of things that you can do as Jamaican abroad that you can still work here until when you come. And when you want to come here, you can come because you already have that business well established. So people, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna keep talking about things like this. But I started out saying if you see what I see, if you notice what I notice, it's just that YouTube is saturated with so much different people talking about Jamaica, and you have to wonder about the sincerity of it all. Hey, it's good for publicity. It's good, but it's overwhelming to turn on YouTube and another person, another foreign but you know, I don't know, man. I don't know how. Well, make comments, man. Make comments, and let me know what you think about it. I don't want to be a negative person at that point. I'm just observing that, and I thought maybe I'll just share it with you and ask you, what do you think? What do you think, guys? You know, what do you think? What do you think about all the YouTubers and all the carrying on? It's giving publicity and it's making advertisement for good, but I just wish that people would be a little more genuine, a little more sincere. Um, yeah, I guess it's not bad. I guess it's not bad. It's just, yeah. Anyway, guys, continue to like, comment, and share the videos. And like I said, let me know what you think about this topic. It's what I feel, how I feel when I observe what's going on. And I thought maybe I'll just say that. So I'm not against it. I just wonder about the content that they are sharing, and if they could just be a little more um, deep, meaningful, and all the fizz and the fries. People were doing. Some of these guys were doing spearfishing. Everybody started doing spearfishing, and it become like I don't even enjoy watching it anymore. Somebody's shooting bird, and all of a sudden everybody want to go shoot bird and be. It's like, guys, you gotta be more creative, man. You gotta be more creative. The people that stay with what they do, and I don't necessarily like to endorse a lot of people, but you know, I noticed this guy Sunrise Boss, and he's my favorite YouTuber. I watch him all the time. Sometimes I can't wait to see his stuff because this guy stays on cue from the beginning till now. He does what he does. He loves to cook, and he cater to tourists if they come up and ask him to, and he take them out and do so. But this guy stay on cue. He never veer off and start to go off in some other direction and try to be the superstar. The man is just himself. And I said, two thumbs up to you, Jason Sunrise Boss. Two thumbs up to you, man. If you ever see this video or somebody might tell you about it. I'm not looking at for any kind of endorsement. I'm just saying this guy, me and my brother like to watch him. And there were other YouTubers that we used to watch and we just kind of stopped watching them because it's just like they become superstars and they're so flashy. So you have to kind of like, come on, man. Just stay with what you know, do what you know, and be yourself. Hey, listen, like me, this is what I'm gonna be doing all the time. I'll show you around my yard. I'll show you when I go somewhere sometime. Like it's my lifestyle. It's my lifestyle, and I will talk what I'm talking about like this, and that's it. But you know, anyway, guys, bless up yourself. Subscribe, like, and share the videos. See you in the next one.